Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to make ham, cheese, and chive couronnes. It looks kind of like a bagel with like ham and cheese in it, but it's like a bread. Anyway, tomorrow is my birthday, so I'm celebrating by making a fun dinner. So this is going to take overnight to let sit, so I'm starting it tonight. Basically what I've got to do first is get my flour, salt, and sugar into my bowl to mix. I had to put 4 eggs and then enough warm milk to make it to 290 milliliters, which is just kind of a funny way to use measurements. But so I've got 4 eggs and then the milk to add it to make 290 milliliters of the liquid, I guess. And then I'm going to beat this on slow for about 5 minutes until the dough is smooth and elastic. Okay, now it looks a little bit more smooth. Took a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but I think I also forgot to mention there's yeast in the flour and the salt and the sugar. That's a pretty important ingredient. So there's yeast in there. Alright, now I'm going to be adding my butter. So I've got my butter cubed and ready to go and room temperature. And I'm going to add 1/4 of the butter at a time and let it mix in before I add another 1/4 of the butter. I hope that's well enough in between 1/4, because having the butter like this kind of makes it funny. It just kind of slides around the bowl. So there's half the butter. Okay, so it finally did come back to a soft, shiny dough like it says. It took a good 20 minutes. This dough definitely has a very strange adolescent face, so we'll go with that, because it did not look like a dough there for a while. But it did come back to a dough. So we are all set. I just need to get my bowl off. It's kind of locked in place. But I do need to cover this up and then let it sit in the refrigerator for, it says either 4 to 5 hours or leave it overnight to develop more flavor if you have time, and I have time, so I'm going to leave it overnight, and then we will come back to this lovely dough tomorrow. Okay, my dough has been sitting overnight and I am ready to get going. So this is what it looks like here. Looks pretty good. It is firmed up. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss any. All right. So there is my dough. Yeah, it's firm. Definitely firm. Okay, I gotta cut it in half. Hopefully that's close enough to have. And then I gotta roll this out into 2 equal like rectangles. So one of them, I've got my ruler again. One of my rectangles, or they need to be 22 by 45 centimeters. So I'm just gonna have my ruler there for some guidance. I've already floured my work surface a little bit, but I'm gonna flour my rolling pin. This is very firm, like it doesn't say anything like let it out, you know, let it sit for X amount of time before you begin working with it, so it also doesn't say how thick. Like usually the thickness is more of a thing. It does not say how thick to roll it. Alright. Okay, we're getting close to the length. Again, I don't know how people do these squarely. Like, I've got some kind of funny chunks in there. That's about 45 centimeters. I got a little ways to go to get the 22 in width. Maybe that'll help me get it square. That's a little bit better square than I've done in the past. And that's about right. Yeah, okay. Not too bad. Now I gotta do that with the second one. Put a little bit more flour down. Okay, I think those are about equal. One's a little bit prettier than the other. I think it might have a little bit more dough in that half, but it should be okay. I gotta twist them up anyway. Okay, so now we just need to sprinkle my smoked paprika equally on top. So I just have it in here. It's just half a teaspoon. It smells so good. I guess I didn't really know there was a smoked paprika versus a regular paprika until I started doing this book. There is definitely a smell difference in the two. I'm sure, taste would be pretty obvious, but yeah, smells really good. Let's spread it out a little bit so we don't get quite so many big chunks of paprika. All right. Lay my slices of a ham. So it calls for smoked ham. So I grabbed some smoked ham. I'm also going to do a little bit of turkey on one because why not? And because my husband doesn't like ham as much as he likes turkey. So I decided, what could it hurt to do a little turkey? Okay. It doesn't say anything about like how to lay them, if you need to leave so much room on the sides. It just says lay the ham on top and sprinkle over the cheese and chives. Okay. quite a bit of ham. It's 300 grams. So I got a lot of ham to work with. Now this is going to make 4 couronnes. I had to Google how to pronounce that one, so if I lost that pronunciation overnight, sorry. Okay, this will be my turkey one. So I'll put my turkey on this one. Because yeah, I'm going to end up cutting these to make 2 in each little corner. So there's a little bit of crossover. Whatever. And then I need to sprinkle over the cheese. A bit of nice Gruyere cheese. If you've never had it, it's really good. It's soft like mozzarella and tastes similar. I don't know. I am not one to ask the difference in flavors of cheeses. I just know that I like cheese a lot. Okay, so we got, I think it was 200 grams of Gruyere cheese. And then my chives. So it's 10 grams. I imagine they probably wanted fresh. I grabbed some dried ones because the fresh were out at my grocery store when I went. And it is what it is. So it's just maybe a lot. I don't know. I like chives. It's at 10 grams. That's only 5 grams of freeze-dried stuff, so oh well. All right, and now we need to season with black pepper. Okay. Forgot to add my black pepper. Okay, seasoned. And now we need to roll up each piece of dough from the long edge to form a tight roll. All right, so I'm just going to start rolling as best I can. I probably should have left a little bit of an edge on the other side. It didn't say, and I didn't think about it. Okay. I don't know. It doesn't even say like to seal it. Nothing. I can only imagine that you want to seal it a little bit if you can. I'll let it sit on the seam for a minute while I roll this one. Pull this down. Okay. There. Now we've got my 2 logs. And I need to cut in half lengthways to give you 4 equal pieces. So I just need to cut these in half. Right down on the middle. Okay, take 1 piece of dough and twist it along its length. So twist it. I don't know how many times. Doesn't say. And then form it in a circle and press the ends together to seal. Okay. Maybe I should have twisted it more because that's not going to give me the pretty colors like they've got in the picture. Okay. Or I can't twist it any more than that. So there we go. And just repeat. Okay, I have no idea how well those are actually going to stay together, those seals on the end. I might play with them a little bit more. But otherwise, it is done. And then I'm supposed to put them on 2 baking sheets, 1 baking sheet for 2 of them, and then put them in a proofing bag, or a proofing bag, I guess, depending on where you're from. I could not find a proofing bag anywhere, so I'm just going to put them on a baking sheet and put them in a big plastic bag and hope that works, because I don't really have another option. So, but yeah, I'm going to put those in there, and then I'm going to let them proof for another 4 to 5 hours. And then we get to bake them. It's been 4 or 5 hours since I got my Couronnes all proving. Now, I do have to admit I made a mistake. And I realized it like 20 to 30 minutes into their proof that when I was reading cut lengthwise, that I should have cut the dough the other way. So you can see here that I went back and I opened them back up and I smushed what I could back together on the ends, and then I cut them this way instead of this way that I cut. So when I twisted them, they actually looked prettier. Like, they look more like the picture does. The food is kind of coming out of them, which is what it showed. Now, I did prove them in the bags. They look in just Ziploc bags, because like I said, I couldn't find any proving bags. They look good. I don't know if they're doubled in size, but they look good. So I'm just going to brush this with some beaten up egg, because that's what it says to do. Okay, so now that I've got all the egg brushed on there, I'm ready to go. I have got my oven set at 375, 190 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to bake them for about 20 minutes. Okay, it's been about 24 minutes, but I think we're done. Ooh. That one looks really good. It's all exploded and open. Yeah. Yummy. All right, I gave the Couronnes a few minutes to cool down, and now I'm ready to taste. I mean, look at how good these look. They look awesome. And they smell amazing too. Let's see, we've got some good structure in there. Looks nice and airy. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I mean, for real. There's so much buttery goodness. And it's like on my fingers. And that, like, the sign of a good pastry is it leaves butter on your fingers. But yeah, the bread is delicious. The meat and the cheese. Yeah. It just melts in your mouth. And then the chives just add that nice little kick. Super good. Alright, this one might have to go in my rotation of dinners. Very good. And it wasn't too bad. It took a while for the dough to get made. Took, we'll say 20 to 30 minutes to just make the dough, and then you have to let it rest, and cool, and then you have to, shape it and let it prove some. But, it wasn't too hard to make something this delicious. If you want to impress people, this will do it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that bake. I did. It's very good. But please do like and subscribe to my channel. Go look at some of the other videos that I've got. And yeah, I will see you next bake.